Hi, I'm Debbie Ingram, and I am running for Lieutenant Governor of Vermont. And this is another episode on our virtual tour of Vermont. This week, we're going to Caledonia County, so please join us. When we look at Caledonia County by the numbers, we see that the population is right at 30,000. The non-white population percentage is 3.9%, so not one of our most diverse counties. And the population percentage that lives below the poverty line is quite high. It's 12.5%, which indicates one of the big problems that we have with our rural counties. And the median family income then is quite a bit lower than the Vermont statewide median income. Also, the home price and the median gross rent are quite a bit lower. Again, indications of the economic situation in this largely rural county. There are 585 farms in Caledonia County. One of my favorite things to do in Caledonia County is to take a walk or a hike on the Kingdom Trails. It's one of the country's best trail networks. It's actually supported and sustained by a membership group of over 1,800 families and 2,200 individuals. And it takes 500 volunteers to maintain these wonderful, beautiful trails for all 4 seasons. They're non-motorized and multi-use, and they span 4 different towns: East Haven, Burke, Lyndon, and Kirby, and contributes $10 million to those towns. So these trails are not only beautiful and fun to be on, they are also an economic contributor to the county. When you think about the history of Caledonia County, you have to think about the Fairbanks family. Thaddeus Fairbanks was the inventor of the platform scale, which he came up with originally to measure large loads of hemp accurately. And it went on from there. He worked with his brother to found the Fairbanks Morse and Company, which is a leading manufacturing company in the United States. He and his brother patented 2 other inventions: a cast iron plow and a heating stove. And then their family went on to contribute greatly to that whole Northeast Kingdom. They founded St. Johnsbury Academy. They built the St. Johnsbury Athenaeum and the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium. So the Fairbanks family are great contributors to the history of Vermont. I am with Amanda Cochrane, who is the executive director of a nonprofit called Umbrella, which provides services and supports to survivors of domestic and sexual violence.
Our mission is to cultivate a Northeast Kingdom where all people thrive, free from abuse and oppression. And we do that in a variety of program areas. Our first is our advocacy program, which supports survivors of domestic and sexual violence. And we operate in the Northeast Kingdom, which includes most of Orleans County, Essex County, and Caledonia County. So we provide that work throughout the Northeast Kingdom. We also offer supervised visitation programs for families who are there because the Department of Children and Families have required supervised visitation or courts. So we provide that safe place for families to reconnect. And we also offer economic empowerment programming. And so that has our main program through that is ᴍᴜsɪᴄ, which is located in Derby, which is a job training program for women with barriers to employment. So we started in 1976. So it's been quite a while. And the organization was started when a group of women came together because they wanted to bring a female OBGYN to the area. And so that brought them together. Then, of course, they started talking about domestic violence, sexual violence, things that were happening and didn't really have names or protections against them at the time.
I have with me today Emily Wiggett, who is a teacher at the Danville school, and Emily is a very talented musician that I have known for a little while. Thank you so much, Emily, for being with me.
So it's really inspiring to see the creative approach that Vermont music educators have taken to, to bring some healing, right? To bring some learning to their students, but also to show the healing power of music, both from the individual perspective, but also in a community perspective. I did some research into some online programs that those developers were offering for free for this time of distance learning. So I used some of those, and music educators all over Vermont did different things. So some really dove into project-based learning and more independent musicianship projects, and some did more collaborative music, which is interesting because there's really no technology right now that allows us to make music together in real time.
This is Debbie Ingram, and you've been on my virtual tour of Vermont. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget, the August 11th Democratic primary is coming up very, very soon, and you can get mail-in ballots as early as June 26th. That's just around the corner. So please plan now to vote for me, Debbie Ingram, for Lieutenant Governor. Thank you.